everybody. Welcome to another episode of Love Where You Live, Vancouver Island. This morning we're going down to the waterfront again to a little piece of Mexico down in Nanaimo. This is Renay with Penny's Palapa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Renay.
So tell us a bit more about yourself. Are you from the Nanaimo area?
I've lived here since 2002, I believe, 2001, 2002. My husband and I came out here at that time from Manitoba, actually. We thought we'd venture out here. We had a friend from back home who had moved out here kind of by accident. We thought, let's go check it out. And once we did our travel here, it was kind of the planes, trains, and automobiles to get here. And we're like, wow, okay, this is a long way from home by the time we flew and ferry and bus and everything like that. And we'll just stay for a winter and kind of see what happens. And that was about 18 years ago now. So we definitely fell in love and are here to stay.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme we're from the Edmonton area as well. So
So how long ago did you purchase Penny's Palapa?
So this is our fourth season. So 2016, it was purchased. It's kind of a confusing story because it is Penny's Palapa and the previous owners are Franz and Penny. And they sold to current owners, which are Bruce and Penny. So the coincidence of the name there was quite ironic. We didn't have to change any signage or the name or anything. So they purchased it the winter of 2015. And then the spring of 2016, I bought in with them with the agreement to manage and run Penny's Palapa. So they also own Trollers Fish and Chips, Bruce and Penny.
Oh.
So will know them from that. So they have the background of the floating restaurant and what it's like how to deal with the hurdles that comes with being on a barge.
yeah, that must be a bit of a challenge in terms of logistics and utilities, being on a barge as opposed to being on land.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, some of the things you've never had to worry about before, you definitely do now. We have a holding tank for gray water we have to deal with. We operate on propane, so that has to be filled weekly as well. So yeah, there's some challenges, but we'll take them. We love to be down here.
What were you doing before you got involved with Penny's?
So I had actually taken about a 10-year hiatus from the restaurant industry and was working for a local construction company. I started as a finishing carpenter with them, and in that 10-year period, I had my 3 daughters. So would kind of be on mat leave and back with them, also doing an administration for the last few years that I was with them. Before that, I was general manager at the Modern Cafe here in town in Nanaimo, and I did my hotel restaurant management course in Winnipeg and some different resort towns in Manitoba. I actually lived in Tempe, Arizona, and worked at a resort there, and also worked at a resort in Puerto Vallarta and Bucerias. So definitely got my love for Mexican food and culture. So it was all kind of meant to be. I feel like it was definitely a full circle to bring me back into this.
So I noticed you've started reopening and offering dine-in service as well as takeout service. What have you experienced, I guess, as your challenge right now, and what are you doing to overcome that?
Well, we opened March 15th, and that was probably the most challenging, was that prepping to open. And it can be quite a challenge. So we definitely have the part of reopening down, but it was a matter of, okay, how do we change our whole concept to offer takeaway, where we did add a takeout window to the restaurant the year we opened for takeout tacos and stuff, but we wanted to be able to offer our full menu. So that was a bit of a challenge to just see how that would work. We hadn't plated things like packaged and done all that before. But so that was the 15th. And then by the 19th, we were allowed to open our dining room. The transition of getting that prepared for being able to offer takeout changed our whole computer system to allow online ordering, which has worked out to be really cool, actually. I'm really happy we've implemented those changes. Now we can offer that, and it really ties into the dining room because normally it's quite a small restaurant, it's quite a small kitchen. We're very busy in the summer months. So now that our dining room is 50% capacity, it does offer some room to accommodate, doing full orders for people to come and take down to their boats or go to the park. There's lots of great areas down here to take a meal. So it allows us to offer that service more this season.
Mhm.
Is that something you're thinking of continuing with your takeaway the way that you're running it right now?
We will for this season. Once it does transfer back to full 100% capacity, we'll have to assess that probably once once we get to that point, because it is about the experience of being down here on the waterfront, sitting next to the boats, seeing the wildlife, hearing the harbor planes come and go. So that is really part of who we are. So it is our main focus, and I would much rather, service those people who are down here as quickly and as efficiently as we can first. So
whenever we have guests from out of town, Penny's is one of the places we like to take people to.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a unique experience. It's like we're sitting on the water eating Mexican food on the West Coast.
Exactly. Yeah, we hear that from a lot of people. That this is where they like to bring their families and friends down to. It is a great way to show off downtown Nanaimo and the harbor. And definitely it'd be that little tropical getaway without leaving town, right?
Yeah, so I know the weather in the last week or two hasn't been the most conducive for dining out, but how has the response been to reopening? I know we had a couple of decent weeks in May.
Yeah, you know what? The response has been really fantastic. The weather has slowed us down a little bit, but not as much as maybe other years where it's like, oh, we'll just go later. People are just out and about and really want to support the local businesses that are open. We get a lot of people who are saying this is their first time they've gone out to a restaurant, and people are coming down kind of rain or shine right now, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a really positive experience. People have been so appreciative that we're open, and I feel there's just even more stronger sense of community down here right now because everyone is happy to be out again, happy to be supporting each other, helping each other, and seeing each other.
Yeah, that's seems to be a common theme with everybody we've talked to, is that the positive thing that has come out of everything that we've been going through is that we're being a bit more aware of who our local businesses are, and everybody wants to kind of help out and show their appreciation for all people like yourselves.
Yes, and I think this is going to be a really great opportunity for locals this summer. We have been kind of notorious to having a long wait for tables or a lineup. We're really, of course, trying to eliminate that this year. We don't want to have large groups congregating on the dock in tight quarters. We are taking reservations this year, which usually in July and August we don't. So we will be doing things like that, taking reservations so you know that you have a table when you get here. And then same with the marina too. Usually even by this time of year, it's quite full with boaters from all over the world. They won't be opening the border right now. I'm not sure when they will, but for right now, there's lots of room. I know there's a lot of local boaters or mainlanders that like to do a lot of boating. And then one of the changes the Port Authority has implemented this year too is they've moved their temporary complimentary moorage. It's a 3-hour moorage that's complimentary kind of all around us in the H dock near us here. So that's super cool to come down on your boat and pick up your takeout and even eat it on the boat and still feel the the vibes of the restaurant and the music and stuff, or just come down and support any of the local businesses down here via boat, right? So I think that's something that's really cool that we're allowed to do in this area.
That's a great idea. And I saw that on your takeaway, you can get the cervezas and margaritas to go. Is this still happening?
This is happening. I do believe it's till July 15th. As of right now, the Restaurant Association is working on extending that. But yeah, it's unfortunately we can't offer our house-made fresh squeezed lime margaritas for takeaway, but we do have the Jose Cuervo canned margaritas and any of our beers. So any alcohol that is closed and isn't pre-mixed can be sold at our taco windows.
Okay. So what's the best way for people to find out about what you offer, get in touch with you, do the takeout orders?
So our website offers our online ordering. You can order right online from there. It's quite user-friendly. It also, of course, you're welcome to call us anytime for booking reservations or for placing online or takeout orders. But our social media is always current. We'll post every day, if something weather-wise, torrential downpour or something, we'll let people know if we're open or not. At this point, by this time of the year, mid-June, we're pretty much here daily till the end of the season anyways. Well, especially now with the takeaway, we can accommodate people. And you'd be surprised the people that do show up when it is torrential downpour. It doesn't seem to bother them. We're BCers now, right? So we can handle. But so on our social media, on Facebook and Instagram, we'll always have the latest details of what we have on specials or our hours. We do extend our hours throughout the summer season. Right now, we're open till about 8 o'clock. As soon as the sun stays up, we'll be staying out with it. So we'll be extending those hours anytime to 8:30, 9:30 over the summer season.
Mm-hmm. So how late into the year do you do you serve?
Last year we had closed down the September 30th, and that's what we're aiming for this year as well. Again, it's a little weather dependent by that point.
And the other thing I noticed is Penny's has been around it's almost an icon on our waterfront. How long has Penny's been there for?
Well, that is a good question because I don't know the honest answer on that. But I know when I moved here in 2002, it was here already. So I'm sure it's about 20 years or coming up on 20 years. So I'll have to do some digging and find out on that.
And then celebrate.
Absolutely. Any reason to celebrate, right?
Exactly.
So.
Well, it was really nice to finally meet the face behind Penny's because we're regulars there. So wanted to just say a big thank you for coming and chatting with us, and fingers crossed that by the end of this summer, things will be almost back to normal again.
Right. Well, thank you very much for reaching out and supporting us and other small businesses in Nanaimo. We really appreciate the support.
Well, it's kind of funny. Ever since we've moved to the island, we've started becoming more and more local based ourselves. I mean, we're starting to become BC Island snobs as we're shopping and going, oh, well, where's that produce from? Oh, well, that wine's no, I want a BC wine. I'm not going to drink a California wine.
Right. But we're really lucky that way. We do have the best of everything at our fingertips, don't we?
Yes. We don't have to look outside our own backyard.
No, it's very true. Exactly.
All right. So I guess on that, we'll say gracias, adios, and hasta luego.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye-bye, Renee.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us in another episode of Love Where You Live. Don't forget to give us the old thumbs up, and we would love to hear your comments. And please share this with your friends so we can help spread the word about the things that make our community special. Continue following us to see more episodes of Love Where You Live. See you next time.